We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Why are you taking a picture? Why are you taking a video?
Oh shit! You guys can see me. Sorry, I was trying to spy. I apologize.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DHC Sports Show. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat, and this show is brought to you by who, Donnie?
Old Ford Baseball.
Yeah, that's right. Old Ford Baseball Company. Guys, we go over this every week, and I need you guys to go out there and you got to make some purchases, okay? Support my boy Logan. He goes and does some great stuff. Use code DADHAT and you get 50% off of your full purchase. That's right, 15% off of your full purchase. I mean, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, the whole nine. And if you want stickers, guys, well, I got you. I got your back, homeboys and homegirls. Look at that. Stickers galore. That's right. I got you, Donnie. I got them here. They're with me. Yep. All right. Use code DHC. You get it for $3 a month instead of $6 every week. Every month he sends new stickers. Like this month, it is the National Baseball Congress. All right. Look at that. This thing is cool as heck, man. National Baseball Congress World Series, the NBC World Series out in Wichita, Kansas. Too bad, our friend Eric is not here to talk about it, but there's that. So there you go. Guys, use code DHC for get 50% off your subscription, and code Dad Hat to get 50% off your full purchase. Now, we love hats. In the show, we love hats. We love our hats. Okay? And so, because we love hats, it's because we love minor league, right? I mean, why not talk about another cool thing? And what is that? Come on, guys. Work with me here.
Is that the United Shore Professional Baseball League, Mr.
Man, listen. The USPBL. That's right. The USPBL. If you use code CBM25, you're going to get 25% off of your full purchase. They got some new era hats. They are beautiful. I have a handful of them. I know a couple of guys here. You're sorry about that. Not sorry. Some of these guys have some of that as well. So I want to make sure that you guys go ahead and get that. I know I spent everybody's money. I did spend Donnie's money this weekend. I did spend his money this weekend as well. So there you go. All right, guys. Now that we got the business out of the way, let's talk about our hats. Mr. Producer, I start with you.
Tonight's hat is one of the hats I purchased on the trip that we will definitely be diving into. This was from the Columbus Clingstone. This is their new identity, the Scrambled Dogs. Really do like this one a lot.
I like the colors. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It has to grow on me. But it looks
cool. Looks like a big thumb sticking up out of the plate.
That's a fantastic hat.
Listen here, Don Jr. Calm down.
I don't need you guys bad-mouthing Columbus, Georgia, okay?
And I've got something else here.
Is that so?
Because as you guys know, or you witnessed on the trip, I can drink again.
Oh, yes, you know. We know this.
So, thanks to Mr. Wise, I am now starting the next round of what I call the Donnie series. And this is from Coastal Empire Brewing. This is Savannah Parade beer.
Interesting.
Irish Red Stout, or no, Irish Red Ale. So I'm looking forward to cracking this one open.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's their St. Patrick's Day ale they had.
Okay.
Should still be good.
Well, since you're talking, keep it going.
Okay. I figured it was going to circle around to me, so I might as well get going.
Yes, that's right. Go ahead. Keep it going.
I'm helping you work on the official league sponsorship here.
That's
In
right.
fact, this hat is one that I bought. You spent my money because you had to have it, and I had to stop in Louisville on the way to Chicago last year to get it for you. And then I was like, damn, I got to get that one for me too. Yeah, this is a official league corduroy Louisville bats.
Such a cool logo, though.
Yeah, this is got bats on the back there, official league tag, snapback. Very nice hat. So, yeah, repping this Louisville bats. And I also have a beer from our trip, although it's not one that I gave Virgil. It's one that I picked up in Tampa Bay at Tampa Bay Brewing. And Virgil does have one of these because I sent one home with him in his cooler. But this is the Imperial Sour Ale called Midnight Muffin Blackberry. So we'll find out how this is. Blackberry, vanilla, lactose, and cinnamon.
Almost went with that one.
That's
Sounds good.
that's a cool little brewery. That was a cool little brewery.
That's pretty good, and I am lactose tolerant, so that's good too.
Okay. Mr. Prospector, what you got?
Well, good evening, gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. I am. Oh, what's up, Josh?
I haven't seen Josh in a while.
I know. Good to see you, my man. Tonight I am wearing the. It's a custom, but it's an old school Buffalo Bisons.
That's a cool one.
You know, with some sky blue in it and some like a tan. And it's got
I like it.
And it's got a light blue UV. So
I dig it.
yeah, and so then tonight I don't have an exciting beer like the rest of you do, or at least two of you do, but I got some sweet tea, some y'all sweet tea in the Donnie Wise Carolina Panthers cup.
I dig it. Well, as far as myself, yes, Mr. Whipple. It is a nice little 5950 that I bought. That I've been looking for this hat for a while now. I was looking everywhere, dude, and I could not find it. I was looking for it in a Dad Hat because I know they had it in a Dad Hat before. However, that search has been futile because I cannot find it anywhere. We've looked. I know both of you guys at the bottom have looked, and we couldn't find it. So I was like, you know what? I found it last week when we were on the show. We were looking at it on eBay. So as we were having a conversation and everything, I purchased it then. So it got here today, and I figured I wear it, and it's such a cool logo. This is the new era one, so with the old logo on there.
Oh, nice. Yep.
So, you know,
Man, I'm gonna start calling you the flat brim.
no, this is bent. I've bent it.
No, I mean,
I've bent it.
No, I
don't
mean,
you
with all these fitted hats that you started buying, I mean,
It's good to see you again, Josh. We haven't seen you in a while, my friend.
it brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since we see you, and I have the exact fitted hat sitting next to me currently. As a matter of fact, listen, we'll hire kids. We gotta love our Mahoney Valley Scrappers. Straight brim media. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. How you doing, Adrian? How you doing? Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching.
Actually, I think Ed's going to go with Fitted Hat Chronicles soon.
He's not. That's already been taken. We talked about this. There's already an IPO and everything ready to go. Nothing beats a little midnight muffin. So here it is.
Okay, Phil.
Hey, he's the one that said it. Braves 8-4 win over the Marlins, enjoying a victory killings rail. And hello, Lynn. How are you?
Hey, Lynn.
What's up, Joe?
Hey, just so you guys know, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing the New York Knicks now. Yep. And then my team, the Hurricanes, are playing the Montreal Expos tomorrow. So,
well, Patrick's
you didn't catch that, did you?
I did.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I was like, you guys didn't catch it? It's not the Expos.
I'll let you go with
it's the Canadians. Come on,
we ran with it.
Guys.
You can run with it. So Patrick's already had one victory today over one of us, and then I'm sitting here watching.
We're not going to talk about it. We are not going to talk about it.
But one of his teams is up 2-0 on my team now too. So could this be a Patrick victory day?
No, because you just jinxed it.
I was hoping I would.
Yeah, well, it happened last night, didn't it? Except Yariel Rodriguez is the one that played the Jeff Hoffman card last night. Goodness me, that was awful.
Well, you like to poo-poo your team, from the beginning, and then they win. So
this is the reverse psychology he does every single time. He's been doing this for years now. Every single time, it was like, "Oh God, my team is so bad. They're not going to be in Lushes. Washington.
did
Oh
last
my
night.
God, they suck so bad, and they end up winning the series, and then end up going to the World Series.
Did I
I
not
don't
say
wanna
we were
hear
going to
it.
blow the lead last night? And what happened?
Don't want to hear it. You
Last
you
night.
have no credibility when it comes to that. Sorry, my friend.
Oh, I do.
It's just not going
I
to
do.
happen.
Oh, I
No.
do.
No.
I do.
Hey, what's up, Zach? I'm super disappointed there was no tarp pull trend from the no, we not.
It was hot enough for that shit, but we didn't do it.
Zach,
Where
Zach,
can I get
yeah.
a full recap of this past weekend? Well,
Yeah.
my friend, there's going to be a couple of places. One here, two, your fellas that went on this trip. We did record a couple things. I am working on editing all of that, and it should be out soon.
Yeah, good luck editing the hotel one.
The hotel one actually ended up going pretty long.
Zach,
There
Yeah,
was a lot to talk about that day.
Zach,
That
rich
was-
people, Zach, you know rich people don't pull tarp.
You know, it's not about the tarp, right?
Hmm?
It's not about the tarp, right?
No, I didn't. I just figured.
No,
there must be
it's
some
not.
kind of joke.
It's
No,
just
what he
taking your,
meant is this.
taking your shirt.
off.
Oh no! Okay, no, wait, hold on a second. Time
Okay.
out. No, don't do that. It's,
Never heard of that.
yeah, it's taking your shirt off.
Oh, okay. Never
Yeah.
knew that's what it was.
That's what he meant. So no, we're not
Okay.
doing that on
I
this
learned
show.
I learned something new.
Just trying to show an example, Ed. I mean,
No, don't do that. Listen, we're
Although
not.
during the college football season, it was very big talk, and we mentioned it about the guys at Oklahoma State doing it and starting that trend.
Go Pokes.
Yeah.
Donnie.
I wanted to get that out of the way. Just like get
Other
you know,
dudes
he's
as
gonna
the
get
time
it in
boys.
sometime. And usually he tees himself up. So I was like, just move on.
Producer almost gave us an X-rated show. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Mm.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Not on this show. Not on this show. All right. So let's talk about it. What do we got? What do we got going on right now, Mr. Producer?
Okay, so we will be talking about a recap from basically all the games that we went to, even the ones that we kind of had a little separate ones. So that will include Donnie's experience at Grambling Bethune-Cookman. That will include my experience at Bradenton and the Columbus Clingstones with Patrick. But we do have some housekeeping to do take care of first. So, of course, we were all away. The NFL schedules did come out.
Correct.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not see a single one of the releases because I was driving or at Bradenton when these came out. But I did see some of the comments about the schedules out there. But to save time and not go through all of these, did you guys have a favorite? And then the second question: what do you think of your team's schedule this year? Not everybody at once.
Well, I always talk over everybody, so I was waiting to see who was going to go.
Go ahead. You can go.
I mean, I'm fine with the Panthers' schedule. It's actually a pretty good schedule. I'd love to be able to make it to Lambeau when they play Green Bay at the end of October, but I don't see that happening. But it actually would be very cool. I didn't see a lot of the release videos. All I know is the Panthers did a fantastic job with theirs, partnering with Charlotte Mecklenburg PD bomb squad to blow up items that represented each of the teams on their schedule, and some of the players, detonating those. So that was a very cool thing for me as a fan of the Panthers, just to see that. And some of those players, man, they couldn't believe the bomb explosions, as powerful as they were. Sounds like some of the others had some pretty good ones as well. The whole Trevor Lawrence cutting his hair thing took over the internet as well. I'm like, dude, there's no way he cut his hair. Y'all can tell me that's a
because
wig.
then also the hair there, it looked like a wig, dude.
It
Like,
did look like a wig. Once it was cut short, you're like, that's a bad wig right there.
yeah, that's a horrible wig.
So yeah, it is what it is. But I thought the Panthers schedule's a pretty good schedule. And we'll see what happens. So I'm happy.
Mine was actually pretty cool. The Cleveland Browns one, they use Street Fighter theme, arcade theme, which is actually pretty cool. They used technically they use what's his name is Blanca to rush people. So Myles Garrett, so that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty interesting. I do like what you didn't mention, Donnie, is the Panthers unveiling very nonchalant a very interesting logo.
You're right. I did fail to mention that because you and I both love that logo, and I'm anxious to see what they do with it, because all it is right now is an avatar on their social media for the explosions and stuff. So
yeah, that logo was actually,
pretty
and they put
badass.
it as their profile picture. Did you see
Right.
that?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, calm down, let's do this. And so I was like, all right, brother, go, do you, bro, do you. So I just checked, and the Cleveland Browns are tied for 26th as the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. However, they got him only winning six and a half games. So they got the hardest one is Baltimore Ravens, and the easiest matchup is both Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets. For I gotta say, the hardest one it goes to the Arizona Cardinals. The hardest strength of schedule projected total wins 4.5. Hardest matchups: Rams, Eagles, Seahawks. Easiest: Raiders, Jets. So it's interesting.
I like how their hardest matchups are two teams in their division.
It's interesting. Yeah, the Seahawks and the Rams.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, I liked it. I like also like the New York Jets one, the paint color. That was different.
It was
how
just
they were
long. I mean, each color
it
took
took
so damn
forever.
long. It's like, come on.
Moving on.
Yeah. I got bored with it after about 2 or 3 teams. I'm like, okay, I get the gist of it, but man, it was painful to sit there and try to watch that.
I'm not gonna say good. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. So we'll see. All right. Patrick, go for it.
Don't worry, Josh. I can't wait to see Taylor Green play for the Browns either. I mean, I think the Colts schedule is pretty good. They did their schedule release video was a Simpsons video, and I thought it was really well done. I always enjoyed the Simpsons opening, like the opening credits of the Simpsons anyway. So to see a lot of Colts stuff thrown in there was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts play the Browns, so I've got that one marked on my calendar.
I wonder why.
Taylor Green's going to start. Anyways,
he's not.
Yes, he is.
No,
yes,
he's not. No, he's not.
QB1. QB1, Taylor Green.
He'll be QB5.
Yeah. Well,
you only have 3
QB. I was going to say, you go through 5 QBs in a season, so that's not that.
We do. So I can't say that. I can't say anything about that.
Yeah. Overall, I think it's a pretty kind schedule. I mean, I don't think it's the easiest. I think it's probably, I don't know where it ranks in terms of the middle. Like, I think it's probably middle of the pack. I don't know. But I'm excited. Ready for the NFL season to get here again. I heard that the Titans video was really, really good as well. I've not seen it, but I've heard that their schedule release video was very good.
Titans always go ball out with they always go out with their videos. So I've heard that.
They go all out for the videos. They just don't go all out for their team.
And I'm still trying to figure out what I think of that logo, of their logo update. I don't know, but I thought the Colts did a really good job with their video. I don't know that it's the best video that any team did, but I thought it was a pretty good video. And I really like kind of the trend that's going on with teams just making a big deal out of their videos and getting creative with it. I like to see the creative juices flowing.
It just goes to show you the power that the NFL has.
Well,
it's definitely an improvement from when ESPN used to block out 2 hours to do schedule reveals. That was like the biggest waste of time.
Yeah.
They should do the Browns should do something with like having each one of their former starting quarterbacks announce a new opponent. That would be great.
I will beat the shit out of you.
Listen, that's a little claim to fame. Not every team can do that.
Well, I mean, it would take them 3 years to get through all 3 years.
I
Of
will
schedule release
murder
to get
all
through
of you.
the
Exactly my point.
You guys are hilarious with the jokes.
I mean,
I mean, with the facts,
4 times,
not
right?
jokes. These are facts.
I didn't say anything. So why am I being lumped into this? So anyway, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their schedule release was based off Napoleon Dynamite, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
The when it comes to their rankings, though, be curious. This is going to be not an easy schedule, I don't think, because they got Buffalo, they got Green Bay, they're playing the Chiefs, and Philadelphia, and of course they got Seattle twice. So that's going to be a pain to deal with. And they're playing Seattle, I believe, week 16 and week 18.
I hate when they do that. They did that to the Panthers years and years, man.
Yeah.
They play the Falcons or the Buccaneers twice in 3 weeks at the end of the season. It's stupid.
So literally, the West could be decided in those last 3 weeks, unless the 49ers decide to destroy everybody. But yeah, I'll be curious how that goes. And yes, Patrick, I've already circled the Chiefs game. So
I wanna go over the teams that have 0 primetime games this year. The Cardinals, the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Jets, the Titans. They have
Go ahead,
0.
sorry. Are you surprised by any of those?
No.
I'm
They didn't
surprised
get
by
Thursday night games.
Nothing.
I'm surprised by 2 of them.
Which one?
Dolphins, because they still, even though how bad they are, they still kind of draw a crowd.
Okay.
And I would think you would put the Raiders on there, especially
Because of
if
Mendoza.
Mendoza starts
Mhm.
playing.
But again, this could be at the end of the year. Remember, they hold, at the end of the year, there's some floaters out there that haven't been decided yet. So what I am surprised, and this is really, I don't like this, the Rams, 7 primetime games.
Don't see a problem with that.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills, the Cowboys, the Packers, the Chiefs, the Seahawks, 6 primetime games.
Who's that? The Chiefs?
The Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Bills, the Cowboys, and the Packers. 6 of them.
I'm not surprised.
The Cowboys really know. Every time they go on primetime, obviously we know, this is obviously we know why, but like Jerry Jones, but like, dude, just give up already.
Well, it's hate watching with Cowboys, I believe.
Yeah.
Regardless of how bad they do, you still want to see
It's
them.
like watching the Yankees. Everybody wants to hate watch the Yankees. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, like the Yankees could be like have the Rockies win season, and people would still watch the Yankees getting beat because it's like they like hate watching the Yankees.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you guys this, because this is something that I've been thinking about. Like, okay, so we already know that the media controls this, right? They have a control of who they put on primetime, right? And then we're always like, oh, they always control it. The media has as much culpability as the teams, the NFL and Major League Baseball, on putting who they want on TV. And then we all get mad that the teams like the Cleveland Guardians or the Miami Marlins or those teams don't get enough attention or fandom because we never see them, right? So if you were to prop up those teams, maybe we would be able to they may be able to grow their fandom. It's just, it really bugs me that the NFL and Major League Baseball and NBA and ESPN, they do that all the time. And it really bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah, and if you're going to have these other teams with so many games primetime, at least put some of these teams against one of the teams that has a lot of games, so they at least get one, even if they get their ass handed to them.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to see Dallas or like you said, the Rams, if the Rams got 7 primetime games, the Rams Raiders should be one. Rams, I mean, I don't even know if they play Miami, but you know what I mean? Like they should put the Rams against some of these other teams at least one game to balance the primetime stuff out and still have at least one of the teams be, a quote unquote premier team.
I'm with you, Josh. I get it. Like, the long ball wins, but like, you know what? These teams find a way to win. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah, but here are the Rams primetime games. 49ers, Giants, that one being a primetime kind of like,
why?
okay, why?
Harbaugh.
Then at the Frauds, the Bills, the Chiefs game, and then at home at Seahawks. And there's still another to be determined with the Seahawks, so that could be one also. But the Eagles one is not going to be. So I don't know the rhyme or reason for that.
And I thought that Thursday night was for like intra-division prime time.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday night should be like everybody gets a Thursday night game as best you can. And if there's teams that can't get a Thursday night game, they should get,
another one of those prime time spots,
like a Sunday night game or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
I don't get it.
Change.
But we're not the people that they care about anyway. So
no, because we still watch, and I will be doing some hate watching.
Well, I'm going to take a stand. I'm not going to watch any NFL game this year. Then y'all with me?
The hell's wrong with you, bro?
Let's start a movement. Take down the NFL.
Yeah, no.
I'll just go back to what I was 2 years ago then.
College.
Yeah, before I was doing the show, I didn't watch the NFL game, and now look at me.
I know. Now you got your Rams.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the things college football is doing. I'm not wanting to watch a whole lot of that either. That's a whole other story.
Get off my lawn.
Hey, man, ESPN Plus, FCS, and Division II. It's where it's
gotta
at.
Gotta love me some FCS. Obviously, this is the crew that talks FCS every Monday night, right? When the season starts. So
gotta go with the Dabo dollars haven't ruined the game.
Maybe.
All right. So I really want to talk about this Southampton thing, but I know this is not the show for it.
Do it.
Okay.
He's not on there today.
We are going to talk about soccer for a little bit because usually I would save this till Monday, but considering the magnitude of what has happened and considering this is the worst financial thing that happened to Southampton since the Titanic sank.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We do need to talk about this. So Southampton has been kicked out of the promotion playoff game, the promotion playoff final against Hull City because of spying charges. Now, initially, we thought it was just stuck to Middlesbrough at the time who they played in the playoff game, but there were two other teams that were they were caught spying on, which I think really kind of kicked them out of that game. So because of that, Middlesbrough is now playing Hull City in that game. And it's one thing, and they're also having 4 points docked. It's one thing to have a fine and point deductions, what I thought this was going to be. It's really unprecedented to have a team being kicked out of a championship game, or the equivalent of a championship game here. This is like if the Michigan stuff, the Stallions stuff that happened, if Michigan got kicked out of a bowl game because of this, or a CFP because of this.
When they should have been kicked off of the playoffs?
Listen, I have an unbiased opinion on that, so I'm just going to keep it like that. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Especially Patrick, I want to hear your thoughts because not only I feel like this opens a can of worms to all the other teams because now you have Millwall can make a case that they should not have played Hull. You have Wrexham have a case now that they should have been in the playoffs because Southampton would have been knocked out. So what are your guys' thoughts on this?
I feel bad for Wrexham.
Yeah, I mean, you're undoing one thing, but you can't undo all the other things because you can't do the trickle down what would have been kind of thing. And that's the part that sucks. The issue for me is, well, not really an issue, but the thing is that I do like about it because everybody's like, well, what precedent does this set? Well, precedents have to be set somehow, and this is setting the precedent for
Stop cheating.
Time. Right. I think all of these things that you're talking about can't be undone now, but because they're setting this precedent and they can review the trickle down that could have been, they may put some things in place that if this happens again, then we're going to reverse these decisions and change all of that next time. I don't think they can do it. They can't just do it all at one time. They got to start one place and then say, okay, next time if somebody does this, not only are you going to be out, but then we're going to look at the other games and the results of those that would have changed and possibly adjust the tables.
Do you think it's a fair punishment?
I mean, I haven't watched it long enough to say whether it's fair or not, but yeah,
Yes.
I mean, in my opinion, yeah, I think it's a very fair punishment.
You don't get to get promoted. You don't get to be part of the Premier League. You got caught cheating, bro.
Yeah.
Multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a punishment that benefits only one team, and that's Middlesbrough. Wrexham doesn't get to reap the benefits of that. Derby County doesn't get to reap the benefits of it with the way everything could have gone. Whole City doesn't benefit either. I mean, Virgil, you brought this up in our group chat before. Now they only have 2 days to prepare, even though they were already preparing for Southampton. And Donnie, to your point about having they already played Southampton before, it's a different Southampton team than when they played earlier in the season. I mean, in any sport how teams evolve over the course of a season, especially when there's so much on the line.
Right.
I'm not saying Middlesbrough necessarily has an advantage because they didn't think they'd be playing, but they only had one opponent that they could look at, and that would be Hull City. So I think Middlesbrough is the only one that really benefits from any of this, and I think the punishment's justified. I'm glad that they did it, so I hope they uphold it because I know that Southampton's going to try to appeal, but I also feel bad for Wrexham because if you dock the 4 points, I haven't done the math.
It should have gone down, and Wrexham should have come up.
Well, even if you docked 4 points from Southampton, would that have put Wrexham over the top into sixth place? Because Southampton had a few points on Wrexham.
I'm actually looking.
It would not have done. It would not have. The only change it would have done, it would have flipped Middlesbrough and Southampton.
Okay.
But if you take them out of the playoffs completely, or saying that they are ineligible for the playoffs, then yes,
then Wrexham should have moved on into that empty spot now.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Wrexham for that reason. But it's a
should
mess.
they? So what are they going to do? So they're just going to be one vacant spot? Is that what it is now?
Well, no. I mean, Middlesbrough was already in the semifinal, so they get the opportunity to take the spot that Southampton would have had. So they essentially they went on a forfeit essentially.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They should have put someone on that spot in the playoffs, right?
Well, the accusations I don't think came out until what? The day of the game, or
the day before the game. I think if
that's a little too fishy, bro. I'm sorry.
If Southampton was caught earlier, then yes, they probably would have been deducted enough points to where they would not have been in the playoff. But to do it the day before the game, and that's the thing, and I'm kind of with you. I was with you at first. I thought it was fishy. This came out the day before, but then when you look at the allegations and the fact that two other teams had this same problem, funny enough, they lost both those games. That kind of shows that. That kind of shows that this was a one-time thing. I don't think we were talking about this, but you've had multiple cases where they have been caught. You got to do something.
Yeah.
It's
a shame it didn't happen before the playoff itself started, so that they could have adjusted and made the playoff cleaner.
But that's my whole thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
So you got caught the first time, okay, nothing done. You got caught the second time, okay, nothing got done. And now you got caught the third time, and now we're making the changes. Now we're saying, oh, see, can't do that.
Well, were they? My question would be this: were they even under investigation for the first two, or were
I
they
don't
just
think
caught
they
on the
were.
third one and then it came out?
I
That's
think
what
I think it came out after the first. I think the first two came out after they were in investigation for the third one.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense to me either.
Yeah.
Because you had to be reported, and then you just chose not to investigate. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, no, I could see a case where, because I mean, the other two teams affected by this were Oxford United and Ipswich. I can see a case where they probably saw something peculiar, but can't put a team to it or anything. It could have been the same person, but then it's just some dude filming. They probably just ran him off so and so.
Did they learn anything from the New England Patriots, bro?
Did the New England Patriots drop points at any point? I don't remember that.
Nope.
No. But I think when Middlesbrough happened and they identified who it was, which in turn it was, that probably caused Oxford and Ipswich to go, wait a minute, we've seen this guy before. It could be something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and then
Patrick, we all got to remember there is technically another winner in this too, and that's Portsmouth.
Oh.
Because now they have enough ammo for the rest of that derby.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
All I'm going to say is I still think Hull moves on to Premier League. I kind of want that now because can you imagine what that first Southampton-Middlesbrough game is going to be like?
Coventry's already moving on, right?
Yeah, Coventry's fine.
Well, now I'm not advocating for this, and it's not really something that really affects them, but how do you feel if you're Millwall?
I mean, Millwall, like I said, you could make a case. Millwall did not have to play Hull City. It could have been different. But, honestly, glad they're not making it. Don't care.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Like I said, I wasn't advocating for that. I was just saying there's another team in there that might say, well, how come the team that lost their semifinal gets to go in there? And it's like, well, then the easy answer is, well, they were the ones that were spied on. So.
Yeah, I mean, you could make a case that Hull having the better season probably could have gone, but then Hull would have had to play. Millwall would have had to play Hull again, and it's like that's not fair to Hull.
Yeah.
All right. So now we got what? Millwall is going to play Hull City.
We're already done. We're already past that.
Okay, so that's past that. So what are the two teams that are what are the teams that are left?
It's now Hull and now Middlesbrough was Southampton. So the winner goes on the Premier League. The loser probably gets to play Tottenham away.
And they get to play Lincoln.
And they play Lincoln, yes.
Dick move. But I accept it. I accept them. I accept my team's fate.
All you had to do was to get a point today, and then it's all falling apart from there. But let's go back to baseball because, like I said, we're going to wait till Sunday to see how that show goes.
Oh,
We'll have more about this next Monday night after we see what happens. So.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So we have a new identity to talk about, and also a new team to talk about. And I usually don't go this far down leagues to talk about a certain team, but it was brought up on the trip, and it caused an argument again about a certain animal in baseball. So we're going to talk about it.
What?
So first, we're
Joe, calm down, Joe. Calm down.
So first, we're going to talk about the Northwoods League team from the Battle Creek Battle Jacks, a place that I think I'm the only one who's been to. And that is the Southwest Michigan Thunderhogs.
I just saw that, Josh.
So this is all we really have to work with, so there's no merch already checked.
Did you check the tweet that I sent out? That's been since deleted?
Yeah, I looked for that. Promos had this, and then it's not there anymore, so I don't know why.
Interesting.
it's not showing up in his feed. Let me click your link and see what happens. But what are your initial thoughts, guys?
I kind of like it.
I dig this one, the Thunder Hugs. It reminds me of 90s cartoons.
Yeah, it looks like something from like Hanna-Barbera Saturday morning.
I get major SWAT Cats themes from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got to take into account a collegiate summer league team. I'm not wild on it.
I'm actually surprised. Not gonna lie.
Okay, hold please. So the reason why I could not find it on promos was because promos never had it.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it won't be the same information, but it will have at least something a little different on there to look at. So
The Southwest.
Yeah, I like the colors.
I definitely love the colors. But guys, I have a question for you. Is this a pig logo?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about time someone does one.
I mean, that's true. Very underrated,
Underutilized.
Because it's based off of the A10 Warthogs planes. They used to have a fleet of those based out of Myrtle Beach. That was where the A10s were stationed, was out of Myrtle Beach. And when I was growing up, anytime you were down there during the summer, you saw those A10s flying up and down the beach all the time. It was cool as shit.
Hey, look, the Dad Hat Chronicles retweeted that. It's crazy.
Make it a little bit bigger.
What?
Okay. My screen may go dark a little bit.
Look who it's liked by too.
What year were the A10s made, Donnie?
Oh, I mean, they go back a ways. I don't know, but they discontinued them actually. I want to say maybe in the late 90s.
I don't hate it. I
As far as
don't
a
hate
fleet,
it.
it is. Yeah.
No, I got to see the logo on a hat. I wish there was a hat for it to see it, right? But did you just hit like?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I did.
Am I not allowed to like things on the show? Is that unprofessional?
No. I'm glad that you did.
Man, apparently not.
Congratulations.
Someone's trying to big league you there, Virgil.
Right. So yeah, definitely. I would say good one for me. I like that.
I like it. I'm in on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's just all right to me, though. I'm not. I don't love it. It's fine.
I'm actually surprised.
Till he sees the hat.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And
Well,
then
it's
it's like,
one
oh,
of
I
those
gotta have the
ones-
hat.
It's one of those ones that I'll probably warm up to over time.
Yeah.
But right now,
Meow meow.
Purple hat, yellow brim, bring it on.
ooh, see, that can make a difference.
Absolutely.
That can make a difference. And Battle Creek does an excellent job with their hats. I mean, I freaking love that donuts one. The Battle
Too
Creek
bad it's
Donuts.
not. They don't do new eras, right?
No, they
Probably a
do.
good thing. It's probably a good thing they don't do new eras.
Yeah. Sadly I missed out on a donuts hat when I was there. They didn't have them anymore. I was looking forward to getting that one.
Were they called the Battle Creek Donuts? Was that the official name, or was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Battle Creek Donuts.
Hello, kid.
So now the other thing we're going to talk about is playing in the Diamond Baseball League. And I normally would not talk about why are we waving? Oh, okay. I didn't see her.
Hi, Mia.
Okay, I don't know what you're doing. Okay. All right, say hello. Tell everybody to say hi.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Mia. Hi,
Is there anything
Mia.
you want to say? Okay.
Mia,
All
have
right.
you had a good night day?
Have you had a good night day?
Yes, I have had a good night day.
I am so
Awesome.
glad.
Thumbs up.
Time for bed.
Have a good night day.
Have a good night
Have a
day.
good night, day.
What are we supposed to do?
Not missing anything. Come on.
Come on.
Like and subscribe.
There it is.
Get out of here, kid. Love you.
And hi, Miss Dad Hat CFO.
And she's gone too.
That's fine.
So out of the Diamond Baseball League, it is I'm going to say this long, Salina Sliders. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is because this led to a
Here we go.
colorful conversation
Here we go.
about why nobody can do a sliding turtle logo right. When I have made the
Oh,
case,
here we go.
when I have made the case that turtles play baseball differently, and then I will also make the case on this one, you do not know what base he is sliding into.
Well, I can see him sliding into home if you're the umpire and you're standing on the first base side of home plate watching.
Stop.
Then he's sliding into home plate, coming down third base line right there.
You know what? I'm not entertaining this nonsense.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
No, I'm
I thought
not.
he's flying through the air.
Umpire's in position to make the call, and there he is sliding into home, and the umpire's standing.
The wrong way.
Okay, so Virgil, what's your position on this?
Well, my
I'm
position.
going to referee this thing.
No, because I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do, so I don't want to hear it.
No, I just want to hear what everyone has to say because I was not part of this conversation, so I'm just going to listen to what everyone has to say. So, Virgil, what's your
position? So my position goes by my Pulaski position is everyone complains about the turtle not sliding right at home plate, but the question is, it's a turtle. Turtles do not understand the rules of humans baseball. They have their own rules for baseball, so that's why it is sliding differently. But also, this turtle here, we do not know what base he is sliding in. He is clearly sliding in the third.
Okay. Donnie.
I mean, he can be sliding into third. He could be sliding into home. It's the same to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
You're senile old man. That's why.
Dare I say it? Ed, what do you think?
He's sliding wrong. There's no like, oh, okay, he's sliding into home because he's a turtle. They play turtle the wrong way. You know, get out of here.
So you think regardless of direction, he's just sliding wrong.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, Patrick, before you decide,
Yeah.
need I remind you of something?
Okay. What's up?
Okay. Just need I remind you?
I knew you were going to do this.
Need I remind you?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead.
Virgil and Donnie are right.
Whoa, wow. This is my surprise phase.
Listen, that's called the closing argument. And Virgil didn't even have to go to law school for that. That's what you call a closing argument. No, I mean, in all honesty, I don't see the point in overanalyzing the slide in the position. I mean, it's a logo, you know. I mean,
but it's called the sliders.
That's fine, but they're not showing him on a diamond anyway. They're just showing the character. I mean, like he could, like, as far as I'm concerned, based on that, he could be flying through the air. I mean, like he's not, you know, you don't see the. And I think that's a shadow underneath him. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Is that a shadow underneath him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's not even on the ground anyway. So I think it's a moot point to try to even be talking about, well, he's sliding in the wrong direction or anything else. I mean, you can use your imagination and speculate what you want. I mean, that's the fun about logos is that you can see it however you want to. So
if you're standing in third base coach's box, that's your vantage point of someone sliding into third. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I see him as more of a superhero, like Super Turtle.
You know what? We're not gonna doubt that.
Yeah.
But,
is this Salina, Kansas?
It's what we do.
Yeah, Salina, Kansas. Yeah, but this has to be discussed. This has to be discussed.
Well, I will be honest with you, though. I thought you were going to spend all the time. I thought the big argument was going to be that you got in a big old argument with Prophet about how you pronounce Salina instead of Selena.
No, I've heard.
Eric takes to heart how you pronounce cities in Kansas.
Yeah, after hearing that one in El Dorado, I'm not making those mistakes again.
Or the Arkansas River.
God,
why you guys love to butcher the Spanish names?
You what?
Nothing.
What? Because I said Selena.
That Selena is correct.
Yeah. Well,
Not
it's like
Salina, not Arkansas. Like what in
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Donnie, you know this in Georgia. Georgia has butchered a lot of words. Like you know that one that's spelled Schley, and they say that's Sly County. It's like, really?
Right.
Okay, so I have one for you for Alabama.
Yeah, that's a good
bro?
one,
Do
Phil.
not get me started on Martinez.
Martinez,
oh my
Georgia.
God.
Yeah. Martinez, Georgia. Yep.
So, Patrick, I don't know if Donnie, I don't know if you two don't know how to say this, but I'm going to show a word real quick,
Mm.
and I want you to pronounce it. Can you guys pronounce that?
Arab.
Nope, it's not Arab.
Do you know you won't say it, Patrick? Go ahead.
Nope.
That's Arab.
Yep. In Alabama, there is a town called Arab, and that's how you spell it. That's how you pronounce it.
I did not know that there was a town in Alabama called that, but I'm not surprised.
Nope, Arab, Alabama is a thing.
Well, we've got a street here in Columbia that's spelled Huger, and it's pronounced UG
Unreal.
because it's French.
Is that Medina? Josh, is that Medina?
Oh, Medina. I worked in Medina. I was there a lot.
I know, Josh. That one bugged me every time I was there.
Yeah, it took me a minute. When I got there, I thought it was Medina, and I kept saying that. People are like, that's not how you say it. I'm like, okay.
Hey,
I know. They killed me. I was like, no, I'm actually correct, but you guys are saying it all wrong. It's been saying it wrong for a long time. It's not
hey,
Medina.
who's that guy up there in the screen? Is that Ed Riviera?
I love Henry Cho.
I know.
If I say if you were a Henry Cho fan, then you would have known exactly how that was.
Yeah,
pronounced.
I don't think I've seen that bit, but now that you say that, or that Phil says that,
Yeah.
I could definitely see that being a Henry Cho bit.
Ed Riviera.
All right. So how about we talk about our trip now? Because speaking of Arab, I had to drive to Arab to get to Columbus, Georgia. So so before we begin, so we'll talk about the basis of what our trip was. So yes, a lot of us, sans Patrick, sadly, went down to Florida for the Tampalooza, as Donnie called it, which is now causing stink with some people.
Don't care.
Yeah, he can get over it. So, so the proper trip with everybody was Clearwater on Friday.
Clearwater.
That's not how you
Same
pronounce it.
person will have a problem with that as well.
2 games in Tampa with the USF Bulls and the Tampa Tarpons on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday, Ed, Donnie, and Eric went to the Trop. So I've already been there, so I just drove back that day. The other game on that trip, Eric and I went to Bradenton. Donnie had a game in Florida at Daytona Tortuga Stadium with Grambling and Bethune-Cookman. And the beginning of trip for everybody really started on Wednesday, where I showed up to Columbus to hang out with Mr. Prospector. I will say with the Columbus Clingstones, like I said, it's still Golden Park. They converted that, so it's not a 360 concourse everybody likes. I don't really take points off of that. It's just kind of an added bonus for me. I don't feel like a good based stadium has to require that. You can still see in parts where it's kind of dated, but there's also parts where it's definitely kind of, they did a lot of work on it, and it was an enjoyable time. It was kind of nice. They apparently there was a lot of Fort Benning soldiers there. I guess they were having an event or something like that. So the place definitely was loud for them. The mascot was just having fun with them almost the entire game, and they were into it. Every single hit, every single strikeout, there was always a reaction. So it was definitely good there. My absolute favorite thing is they played Gonna Eat a Lot of Peaches for the President of the United States as a warm-up song. That is absolutely amazing. But overall, had a really good time there. Would definitely recommend everybody check out at least once. I got 3 hats from there, so that's the most hats I've bought. So we're gonna stop that. Days like that aren't gonna happen again. But yeah, Columbus Clingstones.
3 hats.
3 hats, yes. So Columbus Clingstones, Would recommend. Fun time. Patrick, anything you'd like to add from that game?
Well, just being in the presence of the GOAT was amazing. So, no, in all seriousness, it was a ball. The thing that comes to mind with that is ballpark therapy. Shout out to George Falkowski for that. But just being there with Virgil and my niece, her choir got to sing the national anthem at that game, at her school. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. And so my older sister and my second oldest niece were at the game as well, along with Virgil. So that was a lot of fun. And I definitely, after last week, I definitely needed a trip to the ballpark. And I thank you, Virgil, for coming and kind of, putting that idea in my head and being a part of that. And in all seriousness, I had a really good time with you, and hope to do it with the two of you, and even with Mr. Prophet again very, very soon.
And don't forget, you also got to see a
didn't
John
say it
Grotion's
that time.
masterclass.
Yes, I did. I got to see former Blue Jays draft pick, and by the way, Yankees are winning. Jordan Groshans had like a 4-hit night. Jordan Groshans, first round pick in 2018, still in AA, but he is. He had a really, really good night, and it's good to see a former Blue Jays draft pick have such a he was a triple short of the cycle, Virgil, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So,
and Phil, to answer your question, I'm assuming they're saving that for Scrambled Dogs night. There were no Scrambled Dogs when I was there, except for that.
Yeah, no, they are saving that for the scramble. They were trying to work on getting a scrambled dog to the ballpark on the Scrambled Dogs nights. They were trying to work out a deal to get that to make that work. So, I think it's awesome, and it is very Columbus. So I'm really, really glad that they're doing it. But yeah, really, really good time. I really, really enjoyed it. Much needed. That was my first game of the year, so it was really good to be back in a ballpark, especially with good people.
Yeah, I said really appreciate it. Like I said, I thought the concessions, I liked the way they do their grab and goes in that, where they even have the hot items where you can pick up stuff right there. That was kind of different when Trash Pandas don't really have a dedicated area like that. So like there is definitely stuff to take away from that ballpark for sure. But it's just not one of the newer, fancier ones that you'd probably get used to with a new name like that. So there is some concessions you'll have to make on that ballpark. But it's still a great ballpark in my opinion.
Yeah, Firefly's added grab and go for burgers, hot dogs, and a couple of other items last year for the first time to ease the wait at the concessions for basic stuff.
Yeah.
Made a huge difference.
Yeah, Trash Pandas, like I said, they have a version of it yet, but you still kind of have to like go through a line to get there. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely better than the long ass lines from like the beginning of the years. If I know some of you I think Patrick, you may remember those, because I don't think Grab and Go was in yet when you were here for Trash Pandas. So after that game starts Thursday, which involves our foray into Florida. Of course, Donnie had to be Donnie and get a flat tire, which we could talk about soon. But Donnie, let's talk about probably the most unique game, I think, out of the batch.
Yeah.
Versus
unique's an interesting word.
Cookman. So you got to witness SWAC baseball, which I should have warned you, like I should have warned Kelly. SWAC baseball is kind of a different thing in a way that you kind of don't know what's going to happen.
That's a good way to frame it. That is exactly a good way to frame it. Yeah, I was late. Yeah, I was late leaving town, and I didn't get 3 miles out of Columbia and had a flat tire in my son's car. Luckily, the Honda CRV has a decent sized spare, not one of those little tiny bicycle spares. So
bicycle spares.
It did the trick, got me all the way to Tampa before I went on Friday morning and got a new tire. But that's beside the point. So I get to Daytona, thinking the game's at 6 p.m., not realizing or remembering that Grambling post the local time for the game start, and they are in the Central Time Zone, so it was actually 7 p.m. Eastern, which
Whoopsie
was
daisy.
good because I wasn't late
Yeah.
like I thought I was. But the main reason I went to that game was my friend Charles, who passed away 2 years ago. His son Charles III plays third base as a true freshman for Grambling State, and I was wanting to see him play one game at least this year. And this is the closest he's come to South Carolina to play a game this year that I could get to. So it worked out perfectly. So I got there. They were still doing some batting practice. The Tortuga Stadium is, I will divert for a second, talk about the stadium. Jackie Robinson Ballpark is under major renovations, running way behind schedule, way over budget based on the gentleman that I talked to working there. But it looks like some of the things that they're doing are going to be really nice when they get them done. So that's in process. Probably won't get finished until July sometime if they don't get further behind. So if anyone's planning to go to Daytona for a Tortugas game, just be prepared. They're only letting 1,500 people in per game max right now. And so they're capping that because the huge tall stands down the third base line are not being used at all. They've got them roped off. So anyway, I get there, get to meet Charles and talk to him on the field a little bit. And then the game starts, and I'm thinking, okay, hopefully this will be a pretty good game. Bethune-Cookman has a pretty good crowd, and people keep coming in, students coming in. And quickly this game got out of hand. real fast, off the rails.
Why is that?
Well, Bethune-Cookman put up 5 runs in the first inning. Grambling didn't have a pitcher that didn't hit at least 3 batters minimum. A lot of walks, a lot of hit batters, a lot of pitching changes, and the box score was 5-3-10 for the first 3 innings. 18 runs in the first 3 innings.
Yikes.
Man, it got crazy. Bethune-Cookman is a damn good team. They've won the most games this year in their school history for a season. So, they were a really good team. Grambling's not bad, but they've got a lot of work to do. Pitching wise, they were horrible. But that being said, it was quite an interesting game. Final ended up being 23-1. So at least they didn't get shut out for whatever that's worth. Nothing at this point. Did get a couple of foul balls, which were very cool because they had the Bethune-Cookman logo on them. It's a SWAC logo on them. So it's kind of cool to get that. And then the other surprising thing is when I was talking to Charles before the game, he didn't know that his grandparents were going to be there. I didn't know they were going to be there. And about the 4th or 5th inning, I turned around and I'm like, well, I'll be damned. They're just sitting up there. I had texted his grandfather before the game a picture of me with him. They showed up right as the game started and knew I was there and apparently didn't see me sitting down where I was sitting. So very cool to connect with them. Mrs. Ash was one of my teachers in elementary school when I first met Charles. And so it was very cool to kind of be there for that moment.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So despite the score, it was a good day. Good time to see him play in person. And he going to a construction site in Daytona Beach next month? Absolutely, you are. Just be prepared. They're building a nice patio area to the right field sign. They're taking out a beer garden that they have in deep right field corner. They're moving it to a pavilion. They're building down the left field line. They have built a huge building along the outfield wall that houses the new team store. Mm-hmm. And also houses suites. So the suites there are actually going to overlook the field from the outfield side, not behind home plate.
Okay.
So it's a very interesting thing they're doing. And when it gets done, it'll absolutely be a neat design. It'll be a different design than what you're used to. But anyway, I think it'll be cool. I'd like to go back when they get it done. Won't be this year. I'll probably try to make a trip down there at some point next year because I'd like to get a Tortugas game in at some point. And anyway, so that's that.
Yeah, I forgot Bethune-Cookman beat LSU in Florida.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're a quality team for sure. I would say
They're legit good. Well, one thing that Charles told me that was I haven't confirmed this, but two of the things he mentioned to me, and I'm pretty sure they would be true if you're a player on the opposing team. They do have a 27-year-old pitcher, and they have a pitcher that is married and has 2 kids. So they are an older team.
that tracks.
27-year-old.
I
a
100% believe that.
27-year-old player on Bethune-Cookman. Don't know why he's 27 years old and still in college, unless he started late, did something. I don't know if he went-
Military, perhaps,
possibly ex-military. I was my first thought was maybe he went into the military out of high school
and then
went to
got
college.
out. Yeah.
GI Bill, something like I don't know. But when he started mentioning that, and you could tell they looked older, they looked bigger. You know,
What's his name? Chris Winky.
no, I don't know. He didn't know which ones they were. He didn't say which ones they were, but you could tell they were a more experienced team. Let's use that word. They were more experienced players.
Was there anybody complaining about their mortgage prices? Maybe those
Probably the 27-year-old.
Yeah,
They didn't have any concessions, by the way.
I didn't think they were.
Yeah, the Bethune-Cookman Booster Club had a tent set up in the parking lot, and a lot of people came in with plates of food and sat down and ate. I just had some sunflower seeds and a water and a Gatorade that I had bought at the store. So
Yeah, sure. That's all you had.
that is all I had
Uh-huh.
because there
Well,
was no
that's a
food
good
to be
one.
had. I didn't go over and try to bum food off of the alumni people. So
The
I'm sure they
players,
would give me some.
the players' moms.
Right. So
Book it.
that was my Thursday. Then
Stuck in Detroit.
while you and Eric were at Bradenton, so I'll let you jump into Bradenton for your Thursday.
So we will talk about that, but I don't know why Ed is talking about Pizza Hut programs from the. It's kind of weird. So yes, so my second stop is in Bradenton, so I had to stop at the hotel first. I was about maybe an hour and a half late. I kind of ran into issues with just having to make a few stops. So I get down there and then I pull up where Eric's hotel is, and then where the ballpark is. And I realized with the round trip, I'm not going to be there until literally 30 minutes before the game gets going. So I didn't even have a chance to really unpack. I grabbed my stuff, grabbed my scorebook, and told Eric, I was like, listen, I'm coming to pick you up, and then we're going to go. So Bradenton, to give people an idea, it's about an hour south of St. Pete, give or take, with Florida traffic. And so we do get there, we get to the ballpark, and we're walking down by the ballpark, and we notice that the third base concessions are completely closed, which is like usually kind of not a good sign that, you're not expecting a big crowd and all that. And it goes like, okay, that may not be
That's
kind
no
of,
bueno.
yeah, but it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, let's see how this affects the game itself. They have and I have pictures of this, they do have a historical marker for the Bradenton 9 doubles.
I'm talking about the sorry, Zach. Cleveland Guardians and Detroit Tigers were just playing, so they just beat the Detroit Tigers. Sorry, continue.
That's where he was saying you're talking about the Cavaliers,
which I'm watching right now.
Yeah,
they're playing too. So
they're playing. They were playing. So so we get inside, and first off, team store, pretty nice size for that level, I would say. They had a lot of definitely good selection. They had a yellow Hawaiian shirt that if it was in my size, I would have come home with, but they did not. They were all in small. So unless you wanted my stomach sticking out of them, it ain't gonna work.
Big man in a little coat.
When it comes to hats, pretty good hat selection. I did have a hat wall pick on my Instagram. I was a little surprised they did not have the new Copa fitteds, the one with the Donnie decorations, but they did have the 9 Initiative hats right there, front and center.
That was a nice hat. Eric got one, and I'm jealous of that hat because it's very cool.
Yeah,
Which one?
so that was the 9 doubles, Bradenton.
Oh, I didn't think that's what Donnie was talking about. I'm sorry, Virgil. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So I just got the black hat with the face character on it. Concessions, nothing to write home about, pretty basic. The game itself, so the ballpark, Hold on. Did Braden have all the sizes of their hold on bracelets? So their sizes of the black home hat. Let me go back and consult the picture, but they had a good. It looked like they still had quite a few. Like it didn't look like it was bare. Give me 1 minute on that. Yeah, they had the whole row of the black hats, the black home hats. So looks like they still had enough. I don't know why they were showing online and it was sold out, but they were definitely there. When we get to the ballpark itself, definitely an older ballpark, but it was actually the more I was there, the more I was starting to actually like really dig this place. And then we discovered later that it was a 360. It was a 360 concourse. It was basically on a deck out there. You get to walk around the entire thing. So I just kind of added to it. I did take some pictures from the outfield there. But for the game itself, there is one moment we have to talk about, and I wish Prophet was here to talk about this. This is his story to tell. We may try to tell it when he's here next time. We end up getting free hats.
Of course you did.
And I didn't even do anything. I was just scorekeeping.
Oh no, you were collateral gifted because you were with Eric, which most of us are not. So
no. So
you got early to the Tampa game and got some free hat, Donnie.
That's not the same thing.
Sure. Yeah, because you don't know a guy or anything.
I Eric in that game though. We'll get to that.
Yeah, well,
from the free stuff standpoint.
Well, I mean, Virgil didn't have to do anything. When you're the GOAT, things just happen.
Absolutely.
Show them the how.
Yeah, we got hats from Marty the Marauder, who is officially now the best mascot in the minor leagues, in my opinion. So, because he saw Eric's shirt because he had the Grits House shirt with his face on it. And the mascot asked him, was like, what that was about. So Eric said what we were doing. We were travelers, and so talked about the sports show. And so he came back with these hats. So later that night, we noticed that some other people got the hats too. And Eric was kind of like, well, these aren't special anymore. But after that, one of the guys comes up to us and talks to us. And he said, I guess we have you to thank for that. And we were talking to him, and his daughter is his daughter is a fiance to one of the Bradenton players. So while we were talking to him, we talked about our stories about where we're from and all that. So I said I'm from Alabama, and he asked me, Alabama or Auburn, and I said neither. And I explained, the whole military side of Huntsville about military transplants and so. And I said I'm mostly from Oklahoma State. And he said, I'm so glad you did not say the other Oklahoma team.
No.
So earmuffs, Beeson.
No, don't put the earmuffs on. You have to hear this. So he works for FAA, and apparently he was at some event over. It involved Tinker Air Force Base. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing, but he wore orange to Norman for a conference, and he said he was getting nothing but disgusting crap from OU fans. And since then, and this man's like from North Carolina, and since then he said he's never liked OU fans. So I turned to Eric and I said, see, I'm not the only person who thinks they're terrible. So basically all that. So basically from Bradenton, it was a good time. And I'm not the only person that has to deal with Sooners fans. Go Cubs. Ultimately, going back to the ballpark, I would 100% recommend this ballpark. It has some beautiful views with the palm trees kind of in the outfield. Looks good in the day, looks good in the night. And of course, also you get to see the practice fields behind. This is one of the things that we got to see on a lot of these ballparks. Of course, these are spring training ballparks. Looking at the practice fields behind the main ballpark, sometimes it's actually kind of a better view because just to see the facilities that they use, sometimes you'll see players out there also just kind of practicing. So yeah, definitely recommend Bradenton. Good luck trying to get down there. It is kind of a little isolated on its own, but it was worth the trip.
Ah, okay. I like it.
So that brings us now to Friday. So Friday, I wake up, walk to Publix, do my morning scratchers, and I win $100 on a $10 scratcher.
Meanwhile, I'm spending $200 on a new
Oh,
tire.
that tire.
Same morning, different story.
So, so the plan is to pick up me from the hotel, and then pick up Ed at the airport. Ed, in his own selfish way, decides to come in early. And then Donnie, I'm going to let you take over the story from here.
Oh,
not
about your
my
hotel?
fault.
So
Absolutely.
since now we're starting with you driving, picking me up at the hotel.
Yeah, Eric and I go down to Virgil's fancy hotel that
The
he got.
estate.
That he got a deal on. I will go ahead and preface it with that because I know he's going to throw that in there because that's his disclaimer to it.
Sure.
We roll up, and all of a sudden, all I see are palm trees and fountains, and I'm fully expecting Evel Knievel to come alive and jump over us on a motorcycle because we roll up and he gets in, and I'm like, didn't know you were staying at the Caesar's Palace of St. Petersburg. And that one got him good.
Yeah.
Did he say, "Hey, hello, Jeffries. Thank you for opening my door"?
I didn't open his door. Actually, though, Eric and I both got out of the car and took pictures of the fountains for sure. I think actually Eric was on the phone with Shannon, and
That was on the way
Easton.
back.
Oh, that was on the way back. Okay,
on the
that's
way
right.
back.
That was later, but he did show them on FaceTime the fountains and everything. But yeah, so that was how it started with us picking up Virgil, and I'm like, man, who's the one with all the money now here? Of course, it was a deal. So
Sure.
we head from there and head up to get Ed from the airport, which was fairly uneventful, I think. Right? Yeah, I don't remember anything happening there. Yeah.
No, wait, hold on. You missed the terminal the first time.
Oh, we didn't need to talk about that.
No, we need to talk about this. You went through the express. Now, to be fair, I don't know how you would have known.
There was nothing that said whether express or the non-express was the gate numbers that he was at. But you're right. We're like, well, we'll just go down here through the express and pick him up instead of going to baggage claim side. Well, we needed to go to baggage claim side. So we did have to do another full circle around the airport. And apparently that must happen a lot because you don't have to leave the airport to circle back around. And that's a good thing.
Most airports, you don't have to leave the airport.
Yeah, some of them you have to go further out than we did, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got Ed, got him, and headed off to catch some breweries and some lunch.
TBBC.
Yep. So we went to Tampa Bay Brewing Company, back over beside the hotel that Eric and Ed and I were staying at. And Mr. Moneybags with his scratcher winnings picked up the tab. So thank you, sir.
I wasn't going to complain because someone picked up the tab on that day for lunch. So
that was a good lunch. Had some good food there.
Well, to be fair, I made the mistake of telling you guys I won $100, so I should.
You 100% did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
hell, I found out when I got in the car.
Exactly.
Virgil, did Donnie's like single beer take up the $100 tab? Because I know how that man rolls.
No, I can't say that. I think most of the tab was actually. I don't know who had. I think I probably had the most expensive item. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, it wasn't bad for 4 people though. With food
definitely.
and beers, it was pretty good.
It was good beer. It was good food. I was actually surprised. I had a turkey club, and you would think that turkey club is an easy thing to just make. You can mess that up.
Yeah. I just got wings and the firecracker shrimp, and those were some big shrimp, dude.
Dude, they were massive.
Florida shrimp is no joke. Usually firecracker shrimp's little popcorn ones. These things were huge, and a lot of them too. It was not a skimp on the food for sure. So our second brewery we went to was an English pub. And of course we roll up there, get out, and almost did a double take and turn around and get back in the car because we turn around and look at the wall and it's a Liverpool supporters bar. We're like,
then the bartender was like, "Are you guys here for the game?"
We're like,
they said
nope.
game. They didn't say match, by the way. Did you see? Did you?
Yeah,
catch
I didn't
that?
think about that, but yeah, she did say that. Great, I guess Irish accent.
Still don't know what that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It sounded Irish, but I don't know that it was. It may have just been from another part, but it sounded Irish when she was talking. Yeah, really good beers there. As Virgil said, it probably in hindsight would have been even cooler to just had the food there and more there. But
Yeah, because you guys kept looking at the food, and they're like, "Oh my god, look at this one! Oh my god, I want to eat this! Oh my god!" I'm like, "Bro, y'all can just calm down. We ain't.
you know,
I'm full."
so good time there. The guys started coming in for the match, and we saw Aston Villa go up one, and then we were headed out of there. Nobody yelled anything like I said they should have as we went out the door.
We
Just to
got
stir
out
things
of there
up.
quick.
Yeah, before it got ugly for Liverpool. Then we went to one other brewery before the night game. So yeah, we were trying to catch.
That
some
was my
breweries.
favorite beer. That was my
Yeah.
favorite brewery.
Crooked Thumb was very
Yes.
cool. Ed and I tagged the place with stickers. I got mine on the beer cooler. Ed chose another location. Where'd you put your Dad Hat Chronicle sticker there, Ed?
So the cooler was actually for other breweries who put their stickers. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's just mean. We can't be doing that. And so I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom anyways. Let me go to the bathroom. And I so happen to have my sticker that I had it in my pocket. So I'm like, while I was taking care of business, I was like, this is the perfect spot. And on the urinal wall, the divider, right? And that's where I plop that sucker on. And that's where, people that are going to be doing their thing, standing up, they're just going to look and be like, oh, who? Dad Hat Chronicles. They're going to be looking at that.
Yeah.
You're welcome, America. You're welcome.
So if any of you guys make it to Crooked Thumb Brewing in Clearwater area,
take a picture of the tag.
Take a picture, tag Ed and the show and all that, so that we can see that you made it there. The mayor sticker is on the cooler as well, so do the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we headed to Clearwater, and that was a really nice stadium. And I'll let one of you guys take over the game part because I've been talking too much.
That was actually a really good ballpark. I was actually pleasantly surprised at the ballpark. Now, there was one thing that we were not too pleasantly surprised, too happy about, was the price of the ice cream, and the fact that you cannot buy the helmet at a discounted price. You got to pay full price, and they won't give you the ice cream, but they'll give you the helmet, which does not make any sense.
Now, yeah, we asked twice, and it's like, can we just buy the helmet without the ice cream and get a discount? She said, I'll check. Nope. It'd still be the same price. You just don't get the ice cream. Well, shoot, we'll just get the ice cream if we're going to get an extra one. But sorry for you collectors that wanted us to grab one. That was
so
not happening.
Eric bought his soup of swirl, because by the time he got it, it was already melted.
Excuse me, that's not what we called it.
What do we call it?
It was me flavored ice cream.
That is correct. That is Virgil ice cream. Virgil flavor ice cream. So
this was at the Tarpons?
Huh?
Was this at the Tarpons?
No, this is Clearwater.
Oh, okay.
We don't, let's not get ahead because we got some stuff to talk about the Tarpons. And so
I was gonna say I didn't think you had gotten to that.
No. We went. You know what though? I'll say this: the people, not service. I'm not talking about service. The people there, really nice,
top-notch service people.
Yeah. So everybody was cool. We gave a so-so rating on the food. I think all of us collectively said that the bread could have been warmer and softer. But
yeah, the pretzel bun wasn't warmed or cooked, and I got the Garcia dog with the mustard, peppers, and onions because it was Grateful Dead night.
Yeah. So
the thing I had is as a theme night, they didn't lean into it at all. They did have a Grateful Dead cover band playing after the game, but they didn't do a whole lot during the game.
No. But you know what? What I was happy about, it was a team store. The team store was really good, and they leaned heavily on the beach dogs. They had a lot of merchandise for beach dog. They had hats, they had magnets, they had keychains, they had T-shirts, and they had basketball jerseys. Different. They got that style of the beach dogs hat. The color frame, and then I got the older one, which was I like better. Donnie liked this one just because it had the beach dogs on the side. Either way, you couldn't go wrong. They did have this one which was The Brentwood had a floral pattern snapback, but dude, when I put it on, it was just looking weird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just, and the fitteds were $51. I was like, you out your mind. So I bought a dad hat then. So that was cool. Like, I mean, the team store, it wasn't big by any means. Obviously, being a single A Florida State League team store, it was actually not bad. It is a 360 concourse. So that was cool. Also, this was the beginning of ADHD Mayor. Virgil and I, we sat most of the night at our seats. And then we kept talking. I was like, well, there he goes again. Oh, there he goes again. I think he spent more time out of his seat than in his seat. Virgil, do I got that correct?
I wish I timed that one. I wish I came up with the idea later because I'm pretty sure you would have been at least an hour.
Yes,
that game was missed.
He went to go look for
that long.
You were. Patrick wasn't even there, and he knows.
I'm nodding because I'm not surprised because I think in Modesto he sat in his seat all of 2 minutes the entire time we were in Modesto.
Well, and I get it, but here's the thing though. When Donnie gets up, he goes and walks around the whole thing. It's like when we're trying to do the walk around eventually, Donnie had already done that. So there was that. Then he had his poster to have the mascot signage where he got his mascot sign. He took the pictures, which is all cool. Everything, you know what I mean? That was pretty cool. The people that sat behind us, they were pretty cool people. They told us that it's not Sprinkles, it is Jimmy's. And I said, no, they're wrong. It is actually Sprinkles. Shut your face. We're going to call it
Sprinkles. You didn't have to
Sprinkles.
throw my cheesesteak at him. That was kind of rude.
Well, you know what? They deserved it.
Well, I didn't realize Paul showed up.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, clear water and Jimmy's. Let me tell you. No, but seriously, all in all, and it was cool. It was a good experience. I'm gonna say it. I was the one who bought the tickets for that game. Just want you to put that out there. That was me. Because I know Eric was like, well, I bought the tickets. And the only reason why I'm saying that is just you wait for the next day. Or Saturday afternoon.
While he's not here, we also need to talk about we did celebrate Profit's 100th ballpark there.
We celebrated. Clearwater never answered us.
No, Clearwater never answered us.
So that's a minus check on them for not answering us.
Yeah, we tried to put a message on the board also for the DHC Sports Show guys, and they would not let me do that because they could not advertise for other media shows and outlets or something of that nature was what the old man told me. But they did get Eric Profit's 100th ballpark on there too. So that was, at least they did that.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. Overall, yeah. Overall, yes, you did. Overall, Clearwater was not bad. It was a pretty cool one ballpark. Do I recommend
classy, by the way.
Going to that
really
one? Yeah. Do I recommend going to that one? Yes. I think you should go to definitely go to that one. That one is a nice ballpark. It has a good environment. It does have a pretty open area in the back by left field where, like, we said what the band was at. I was a little disappointed. There was not a lot of theme when it comes to Grateful Dead. But I think that was the theme of the weekend when it comes to single A Florida State League.
Yeah. Yeah, they're having a quote night, and then you don't really feel like they're having anything about the night. So
correct him.
And also,
did you guys get the sense? Oh, I'm sorry, Virgil.
No, go ahead.
Did you guys get the sense in visiting the Florida State League parks that league-wide attendance at games is an issue?
Yes.
Lack of attendance.
Wait to Tampa. Well, we'll get
next night was way worse.
Well, no, I was going to say, based on pictures that I've seen, I have theories, but I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a full discussion on this one while we were there.
Something that also we mentioned it in the video. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier, then I apologize. The lack of infield promos.
Yes.
That was kind of a jarring thing that we did not see.
Yeah, very few things. Like I'm used to the Fireflies doing something just about every inning at least. Not necessarily every half inning, but every inning doing something, and they didn't do.
Oh, you mean
hardly
like
any.
activities, like in game?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Clearwater only did
contests,
it
things, yeah.
once on the field. That's it.
the
Once.
what?
They only had it once on the field, like an actual activity on the field. That was it. Yeah.
Wow.
Unless they were doing stuff in the stands and we were not paying attention, but I
No,
don't
they
really
weren't.
So that winds down our Friday. They drop me back off at the
Palatial Estate.
Caesar's Palace Estates. That's when Eric showed Easton on FaceTime the fountain, and Easton proceeded to say, "Jump into it."
Yes, that's right. He did say that.
So now brings us to Saturday. So Saturday, same like I did Friday. I wake up, go to Publix, get my morning scratchers, and I went $50 off of a $10 one.
True story.
And then I drive over to their hotel, and I can hear their asses, their loud asses, just from the elevator. They are about to record an episode of Breakfast Takes.
Correct. Which will be out later on this week.
I did not know they were recording, so I knock on the door, and Eric opens it, and I said, "On recording," not knowing it was recording, and I quote, "Y'all motherfuckers too loud."
Yes.
But your knock on the door was perfectly timed with something that was being said.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. So now you guys tell your part.
Go ahead, Donnie.
Well, I don't remember what was being said, to be honest. But yeah, we were recording, and we're like, my thought was, should we start recording because Virgil's going to come and knock on the door right in the middle of our recording? And maybe that's what I said, and then he knocked on the door.
Well, because yeah, and also Eric was like talking about like like, oh, you guys are recording now,
Right.
I was like, hey, you're more than welcome, because we invited Eric to watch the episode with us, which we both in the morning, got up early in the morning, Donnie and I, just like old guys that we are, and we both watched the episode 4 of Brockmire. So we watched it and everything to get ready to record, because I had all my gear with me and we were just going to record, right?
Yep.
No big deal. Eric gave us shit. And then all of a sudden, Donnie said what he said about, here comes Virgil. He'll just, while we're recording, he'll just going to knock on the door and walk in. Lo and behold, as soon as we started talking, boom. So,
and yes,
I do have that on recording. It's hilarious.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
So we had fun that we did that. That was the first thing that we did before we went downstairs to get ready and get out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was good breakfast, by the way. I gotta give it to them on at least on end. It was the same thing every day. But it was not bad. It was pretty good.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah. So then we try to figure out, all right, so do we go straight to the ballpark, or do we go to another brewery, or do we, you know what I mean? That was the decision that we had to make every single time.
Yeah. And then we basically just like, it was what, 12 something start. So we're like, well, let's just go, or 1 o'clock. Sorry, it was 1 o'clock start for USF. So we're like, let's just go straight to the ballpark.
Yeah. And
get that, and then we'll see if we have time. If not, we won't have time. We won't get to a brewery on Saturday. But so we go straight over to USF, and
then Donnie decided he wants to buy the tickets. Thank you,
I'm like,
Donnie.
I'll get the tickets. And we're looking at the stadium, and it's like they don't have a whole lot of overhang, and we weren't sure about the shaded areas. And granted, we should have spent a little more time thinking about it. But I asked the girl, can I get 4 tickets in the shade? And she looked like a deer in the headlights.
I did say, hey, we're new to this ballpark. Treat us good. And then you guys got on my ass about it. And so I walked away.
That is not what you said.
Yes, I did.
You said a lot meaner.
No, I didn't.
I didn't think it sounded mean.
You were like, listen here.
No, there's not a chance in hell. What?
I make more than you. I make more than you do the whole day. Like, you're getting on. Goes like, okay, we got to pull him away. He's getting too hot. He's getting hot. Move him back. Move him back.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I just was like, we need 4 in the shade. And she's like, do you want the most expensive, least expensive? I said, well, I don't really want the most expensive. We just want shade. And she still looked like she wasn't sure. She was looking at the computer and she was asking the girl behind her, who was totally disinterested in anything that was going on. She was on her phone. And finally she came over to the screen and they're both looking at it. I don't think that would have worked with these girls, Phil. They'd have been like, no.
Bro, if we try, bro. We like, I was like,
Yeah.
like we want to be in. They were very specific. Say,
Yeah.
we want to be in the shade.
In the shade.
We
We want shade.
Nope.
So she gives us the 4 tickets. I pay for them. They were a little pricey. I wish I knew how much it would have been for the seats we actually sat in. I don't think it was a huge difference, probably, but either way,
I think they were like what you paid. I think they were like maybe $4 less, possibly.
maybe. Yeah, it wasn't a huge difference. So
On and on, there really wasn't that much.
it wasn't that much of a difference. So we go, they scan the tickets, and we're walking in and looking at everything. They had a cool little merch stand outside, which the only thing Eric and I wanted was a pin, a USF pin.
I'm not gonna
for our
lie.
map.
I almost bought that fitted.
Yeah, you almost bought that fitted, which that was a nice fitted hat they had. The jerseys they had for sale were very nice. There was $100 for a USF jersey, but they were stitched. Everything was stitched on them. Very nice, and they were game worn jerseys.
And
But the coolest thing,
the profits went back to the team. Which is
yeah,
cool.
all the profit, half the profits went straight to the team on that as well for the ball team. But then we started walking down the concourse and it's like, oh crap, there's a softball field on one side and a baseball field on the other. That was so cool how they had that set up. Nice wide concourse, concession stand and all of that. Really, really good. And so we kind of scoped that out a little bit, looked at the food. We're like, we're going to come back for some food, which food options there were probably some of the best of the whole weekend.
That was probably the biggest surprise to me on this entire trip. Concessions from South Florida.
Outside of the Rays game, they won the concession battle of the minor league teams that we all saw.
Agreed.
Sure.
So there was no bowl when it came to the concession options.
Bro, the what I had and what Virgil had. Whew.
Yeah, those were pretty solid.
Now that I know that Virgil eats at the table that you rich guys do, what'd you guys get?
I had the stuffed arepas. And let me tell you, with that meat, that shredded beef, it was so good.
Man,
Virgil
that's
had
something worthy of eating at a private pool. I'll tell you that.
It most certainly is. Absolutely.
Cheese quesadilla with chicken, and it was a pretty nice size.
That thing barely fit on that plate.
Yeah, right.
I was like, damn, that's a quesadilla.
Donnie, what did you have?
I actually had a soft pretzel and a Yingling. I didn't.
Yingling is all over the place.
Was it like
Yingling's everywhere because Yingling is the name of their basketball arena.
Yeah. Was it like a ruby encrusted pretzel or something like that?
Just a Bavarian soft pretzel.
Okay.
No, nothing. It was peasant.
I
Pretzel.
actually just bought that because I was a little hungry, but I didn't want to go to the concession yet. And by the time I had that, and Ed went down to get food, I really wasn't hungry for anything. And I knew we'd be
after a filet mignon before the game. I completely understand. I mean, that's
yeah.
You know.
I had already had breakfast, and I was just like,
we did have a pretty heavy breakfast.
Exactly, and it wasn't filet mignon, but
it wasn't.
No, it was just sirloin. But anyway, we go out and they were like, well, where are our seats? I didn't even look at the seats. It says box 3 seats, row B, seats 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm like, that doesn't sound like that's in the shade. And we walked over and nope, the box seats were right there by the on deck circle.
We would have been roasting our asses.
The only
off.
shade we would have had is if it was a cloudy day, and it was not. All the shade was at the very top of the stadium.
To sit there.
You would have?
I would have 100% sat there.
I would have been able to sit there for a while, but it was pretty damn hot.
It was toasty, man. It was toasty.
Yeah.
I went. I was like, Y'all can sit there. I'm gonna
Also-
go up the top, and I walk right up to the top.
Don't forget the scenes earlier before we got there about you three putting on all the sunscreen in the world, and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay.
I 100% was
Absolutely.
like, yep, nope, I'm not messing around, bro. This dude's pale. He putting sunscreen on,
Yeah,
and I did.
We did go sit in the shade, and then we sat in the very back row, and then the sun kept moving to where it was coming in from the back of the overhang, and we kept moving down a row. After about the fourth inning or fifth inning, we kept creeping down a little bit because it was coming down on our back. Phil, I don't know if they had souvenir cups at USF or not. I think
Don't recall seeing any.
they did. I don't think they did there.
I'll say this: the infield was turf, the outfield is grass.
Yeah.
At the USF, listen, the ballpark is beautiful. The seats were beautiful. Everything was good about it.
That's a really nice ballpark.
We get to the bottom of the ninth. Okay, we get to the bottom of the ninth because we got to keep it going here.
Hold on. I'm gonna step away for a minute, but continue talking about this. But do not talk about a certain thing until I get back. And you know what?
Okay, I'll hold there. So we get to the bottom of the ninth. Okay, and Wichita's ahead. All right, and
they're
we're
up
like,
5-3.
yeah, they were up 5-3, and so we're like, okay, cool, no big deal, right? Nope. They gave up the 2 runs. They got the game tied, and that's when, out of nowhere, unbeknownst to us, Donnie and I were talking, and Virgil were having a conversation about the game and all that stuff. We didn't say anything when the game was tied. We didn't say anything. We knew better. Our good friend,
Out of our
Eric.
peripheral vision, we see movement.
gets up and walks away.
He starts walking down the stairs. And we're like, where's he going?
Not a word. Not a word was said. Nothing was said. We were like, okay, so are we done? Are we leaving? What's going on? Like what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Virgil's like, so are we done? Are we leaving? I was like, I guess.
And then Virgil says, I will say this for Virgil. Virgil says, well, I've scored 9 innings. It's a full game. So I guess, I can get the last little bit.
I guess
later.
we can go.
I guess we can go.
Okay,
So we go downstairs. Eric is there and everything. And then I was like, all right, let me go to the bathroom real quick before we leave. So I had to go to the bathroom. Virgil goes to the bathroom too. We come back and Virgil takes over.
So, like I said, I stopped scoring after the 9th inning because I'm thinking, okay, that's a full game. We're gonna go down to the brewery. We're gonna have a good time. Whatever. I got to see it. I got enough. I got to see. We saw a player that Ed and I actually saw 4 years ago for the Danville Autobots, which I thought was pretty cool. Jalen Rowe.
That was cool.
Ford. So we go say, okay, we got enough there. So we see Eric talking, and then we just okay, goes like, so we're gonna go or not, and then.
He's totally engaged in this conversation with this Wichita State fan.
Yeah, engaged in conversation and think we're going to be going. And no, Wichita State scores 2-3 runs in the game. And now we're staying. So I would like to show you guys the scorebook for a minute. As you can tell, I'm going to full screen myself for this. So let's see if it comes in right here. So as you can tell right here, this is the South Florida page. I don't think my camera's going to show this.
You gotta go cover it all together.
I cover it all together.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
You notice that the South Florida page has a 10th inning mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
With only 3 batters.
With only 3 batters. If you look at the Wichita side that was in, the top of the 10th, there is nothing there.
I wonder why.
Where 3 runs were scored.
And 3 runs were scored. Because of Mr. Profit action to want to leave, I did not get to score the top of the 10th inning at Wichita State, the Wichita State game. I was rightfully pissed at him at this point because I've never had anybody do that to me before.
So what was I doing?
And Ed was just goading me on, goes like, "Oh man, I can't believe you missed that." It's like, do you even count this game? Is it perfect? Like, what do you do? And I'm like,
I was like, can you believe what Eric just did to us?
And what's funny is Wichita State comes up. I mean, excuse me, USF comes up to bat in the bottom of the 10th inning, and Virgil pulls his book out. He's like, "Well, I'm at least going to get theirs." And where we're standing in this breezeway, Virgil says to me, "You're going to have to look down left field line for me because I can't see if anything happens down there." Did anything happen down there, Virgil? No.
You did a marvelous job.
There were maybe 12 pitches thrown and 3 outs, and we
Yeah.
were done.
Yeah, but two of the outs were on the left side, to be fair. So
They were, but they were easily, because one was a line drive shot to shortstop, I believe, possibly.
Oh no, he you can't erase it. He does it in pen. I'm a man.
yeah, I do that.
Virgil- Dude, I was so egging him on. I was like, can you believe this motherfucker? He made us get up, and Danny
Donnie,
decides to stay.
I completely believe all of that. I know that could happen, and I think you of all people would know why I would believe it.
Oh yeah,
That could happen. Happened.
it did happen.
I know, but I'm saying like even though I wasn't there, I can totally envision this happening, and Donnie of all people will know why I can envision it.
Absolutely. We've had, San Francisco.
yeah.
Enough
Yep.
said.
Yep,
So yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was wild. So then, because we got to wrap up here soon. So then we're like, all right, game's over. Eric got to see his team win, whatever. By the way, we did not know that it was a win-win situation for both teams.
Yeah,
Both
whoever
teams-
won went to the conference playoff, and the other was out.
Out
We
for
thought
the
it
year.
was just if State lost, they were out, but no, it's the same for USF.
And so we're like, all right. So in the meantime, I was also talking to our friend of the show, right, Ryan Foose of Foose Sports.
Real quick, then he didn't sulk that they didn't win. He sulked that they just gave up the 2 runs to let it get
He
tied.
sucked that they were tied.
And then it tied, and that because it was tied, that was going to delay him or have him miss getting to a brewery before the Tarpons game.
Which
To be fair, though, I will add this: they tied it with only 1 out. I 100% thought that game was over.
so did
Yes,
I.
true.
So then we go to Cigar City Brewery, which, by the way, 1, great name, 2, great location. The beer, delicious beer. So we're all there.
That's one of the OG Tampa breweries too, by the way.
Right,
according to
one of
Ryan
the-
Foose.
Exactly. So we're like, all right, we're gonna hang out. We're drinking while we're sitting on these barrel custom seats, right? These seats are made out of barrel. So we were hanging out and all that. We were having our beer, and then here comes Ryan. He's hanging out, he's having beer. We're having a good time. And I was like, man, I really don't want to leave right away this quick. For which Ryan said, hey, I'm gonna stay back. Do any of you guys want to stay back? For which Virgil and I were like, yup.
And I was like,
So,
can I?
some context. I don't know if this was mentioned. There was a hat giveaway at the Tarpons.
At the Tarpons.
First 1,000 people.
First 1,000 people. So that's why there was a decision about who was going to stay and who was going to go. Donnie, you can tell your part about why you did not stay.
Well, somebody had to drive Eric over there because we
I
didn't
would have
want
made him his ass walk.
situation, I guess. I was being the nice guy. And I was like, you know what? Eric wants to get over there. I'm thinking in my head, I don't think we're going to have a problem with this. But if he wants to get over there, then I'll just go ahead and go over there. You guys hang with Ryan and get an extra beer.
We
And
did.
I'll just, walk out with my FOMO and take him over to the stadium. So
It was delicious beer too.
it was.
Oh, that Sumo Smash watermelon rice lager.
Oh,
my
God.
that was good.
And then
So
we're
anyway,
talking designs, we're talking logos while you guys were, in line waiting on the long lines to get your free hat, right? It was a long, stupid line. Exactly.
So,
the realization that went over Eric's face when we got there was priceless, because we walk up and this is the New York Yankees spring training facility. This is George Steinbrenner Field. So it's mini version of Yankee Stadium. From the outside it looks pretty decent, but not from the inside. We'll get to that. We go up to the ticket window. They've got a lot. It's military appreciation night. They got a lot of first responder type vehicles out there for the kids to see. And I'm like, man, there's hardly anybody here. And we go on up, we get our hat, and there's like cases standing there waiting to be given out. I'm like, first thing Eric said is, they're probably going to get over here and still get a hat anyway. And I'm thinking, you're damn right they are. We should have stayed and had a beer. There's no way 1,000 people are coming to a Tampa Tarpons game to rush the gate for a free hat. I knew it was not going to be an issue, but that being said, Eric and I, as soon as we got our hats, we're kind of standing around sort of scoping out what's where, the team store, deciding to go in there. And this girl comes up from the team, and she's like, hey, can I get a picture of you guys with your hats for the social media? And we're like, okay. Eric had already put his on. I put mine on because I was wearing my Fireflies military jersey. And so the picture that some of you probably saw that I reposted that we got onto the Tampa Tarpons Facebook page, we went in the team store, 2-story team store, tons of Yankee stuff, which is great for me in a way. But they had some decent Tarpon stuff too. I just hate they didn't have any pins, which is what Eric and I really wanted.
I wanted it.
Well, they need stuff in that store that will sell.
Well, true.
I mean,
but,
and like them or hate them, Yankee stuff will sell regardless.
Sure. And so, it's a cool team store, 2-story. The whole downstairs was pretty much all Yankees. They did have some Tarpons hats down there as well, but mostly Yankees hats and merch. All the Tarpon stuff was on the upstairs, which is the concourse level. And sure enough, we get in and out of the store, and we're kind of looking around a little bit. And I'm not sure how much longer it was, but then you guys showed up, and I turned around, and there they are with their hats in their hand and another beer in their belly. So I was like, damn it.
I was so worth it just to see
one hat
Eric's...
I was after, yes, to see Eric's face and like, dang it, they got the hats, and he
priceless.
But I'm telling you, when we got there and I think he realized the mistake he made, that there's no way we would have not got a hat. We should have stayed and had an extra beer.
Yeah.
But it's too late at that point.
There was this was
the one I was after. This is the twin hook tee, 3930. That was the main one that I wanted to get.
When you saw that, you were hooked, right?
I was hooked on it before I got there because I wanted it. Ed got the same one. Then Ed bought a second hat and came around and spent my money. When I saw that hat, I have this same exact hat. I was thinking mine was all navy. No, it's the exact same colorway because it's sitting right over there behind my camera. But when Ed showed up with this one, I was like, oh man, that is very nice and a fitted. So yep, I had to get back.
You can blame also Virgil. Virgil's like, oh my God, this one is $40. I'm like, you're right.
I mean, for a fitted at $40, that was a great deal. So
yeah, I convinced Ed to buy a fitted hat. I feel like I should get an award for that.
Dude, it was it like a $5-7 difference?
Yeah,
between a 920 and a 5950. I'm like, and I don't get that many 5950s. So I was like, all right, let me get it just because it was like that affordable. So I'm like, I got it. You know what I mean? And then of course I go out there later. I was like, I like the tee as well. I was looking at the colorways, you know what I mean? Because I love the colors. The colors are beautiful, right? And then I was like, oh, this is cool. So I got this one as well. I got a pin as well. There was disappointed that there was no Tampa Tarpons pins, lapel pins. I was very disappointed in that. Only one concession stand. One.
And very basic food items, nothing special about it. They had a Dippin' Dot stand, no helmets. They had a popcorn.
Very basic, nasty ass food.
And even the kids area, all it had was a pitch machine and a bouncy house.
Did it have a rusty animal that you could put someone on that they might catch lead poisoning if they ride
Brother,
it?
I'll say maybe. What was the word of that I was using for this whole park?
Sterile.
Huh?
Underutilized.
Underutilized, but sterile.
That sterile environment
was so sterile.
Concrete everywhere, concrete everything. Typical of a mid-90s George Steinbrenner building a mini version of Yankee Stadium. That's exactly what it is, and it hasn't changed. And it's a way too big a stadium, which several of these are anyway because they're spring training sites. They're too big for the teams, but this one was way too big for the team.
It was
so Lynn's point well taken. The reason that the Florida, with all due respect to the Florida State League, the reason that they get to maintain their teams is because the major league teams have their spring training sites there.
You know, it's funny you say that. You know who said that? Ryan Foose.
Ryan
Yep.
Foose.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, I'm super jealous you guys got to see Ryan Foose. So Ryan, if you're watching, my man, I hope I get to meet you one day too.
My favorite ongoing joke of that day, though, was Ryan Foose did not know anything about the Tampa Tarpons, although he goes to games. He told us it wasn't a 360 concourse. Donnie found out that it was.
No, he did. No. He said it was a 360.
I mean, it was 360 during a Yankees game, but not during Tampa.
No, not
He
during-
didn't
yeah.
think during the Tampa games that it was, and also the scoreboard was shit for 5 innings. Like all that
Oh
was
my
on
God.
there,
That was bad.
that was really bad. Like they had the team logos up there, like, taking up most of the screen. Didn't have they had the balls and strikes, and they had the score, but they didn't have a box score of any kind.
They didn't have a shit.
It was
for a
basically the
while.
runs, ball
and then
strikes
one little
out.
black box in the middle.
Yeah, because they had one little patch of it that wasn't working. And he's like, man, I've never seen the scoreboard like this. I've never seen it not working. And the 360 concourse come up. And he said, no, it stops over here. And he said, during spring training, you could go down the elevator, go around, and come back up the other side. And I was looking for the mascot.
That's when
to
Donnie walked away, as usual.
Well, no, but I was looking for the mascot early in the game, and I said, I need to get the mascot to sign my poster. And he's like, I don't even think they've got a mascot. I've never seen one here before. I saw the mascot, got it signed. It was we saw the scoreboard eventually started working, and then I did my 360 where I got those sunset pictures and came back and I said, does Ryan Foose really ever come to a game here? Because none of the things that he thought were
You know
true
what's funny though about this whole thing? Donnie said, "Oh, there's the mascot." Got up and left, and we didn't even notice until he was gone. And then Eric followed right after, and Virgil's like, That's when Virgil's like, "Boop!" started the timer.
Well, it is what it is. I do get up a lot. Rhonda will tell you that. I don't get up as much at Fireflies games, but when I'm on the road and I'm checking out a new place, I definitely like to get up, get pictures during the game from different vantage points. I like to
don't
walk
say.
around and see if there's a mascot. Then I do go try to chase the mascot down for a picture. And now I've got a whole new mission with this poster to get an autograph from the mascot on their team's hat. So thanks to Augie for that from Augusta Green Jackets.
I did like the theory that the mascot was also the scoreboard operator.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
When the mascot was around the field or the concourse, the scoreboard never had everything in there. But when he disappeared, the scoreboard all of a sudden had averages, it had speed gun, it had the pitch count, it had the opposing pitcher ERA, like it had everything that I could have ever wanted.
And no mascot.
And then when he's back out, it's like it's gone. It's like it stopped working again. It goes like, I'm on to you.
Then it was glitchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one last thing, because I know we got to get to the Rays as well real quick here. I did Eric about the freebies, because when I was walking around, I stopped to grab one more beer out in this group area bar. It was an empty room, bartender lonely, and there's a bunch of people standing outside just chit-chatting. And I just stopped in. I was like, I'm gonna get one more beer before we go. And they had all these hats down at the end of the counter. And I said, what's the deal with the hats? Because they were just on the corner, and there was a little sign there, and it said something about groups. And she said, well, they're for group sales, corporate events, whatever. They give out everybody a free hat for all the number of tickets they buy. She said that I'm just going to walk over here. I think she was insinuating if you take one, I'm not going to see it, not going to say anything, which I was not going to do. But she did turn around and say, the lady over there in the white shirt, she's in charge of the group out here tonight. So when she finished with her conversation, I asked her about the hats, and she first said, well, I got to take all those back to the office tomorrow for the people that didn't make it out here to the game. So there's that. And I said, oh, okay, well, I just thought I would ask, and that's fine. And I started to turn around and walk away, because I was like, if you don't ask, you don't know. And she said no. So I was just not worried about it. And next thing I know, she grabs all the stack, and she pulls one off, and she says, here, go ahead and take one. Everybody will be fine. And I was like, okay. So I come walking back with this hat. And of course, Eric's like, well, didn't you tell her you had 3 or 4 friends over here? I'm like, really, bro? Like, you get one free one, and it's like, oh, can I have 4 more for my friends? No, I'm not doing that. So he really was like, damn, he didn't get the free one that time. I did.
I didn't care for the hat. Honestly, I don't even care for the free hat that we got anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. This is what it is. I mean, you guys have seen it. I wore it today. It's a trucker, and it's kind of got trucker mesh on the front with the tarpons and the fishtail T logo on the side. You're muted, Patrick.
That's a pretty nice giveaway hat, honestly.
Actually, it is. Yeah, I mean, it's similar. You know, the Fireflies have one. They give away to group sales people as well. And so anyway, yeah, if I get something free, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. So that's what the night ended up with. Is just kind of a sterile environment for that size stadium, for that size team. And I'd like to go back to a Yankee spring training game there because I've never done Yankee spring training there. So
if you want, I'll recommend you go to spring training. I do not recommend you go to a single leg game there. There's no point. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll be the first one to tell you the food sucked. There's no identity that was showing for the tarpons. It's all Yankees. There's no tarpon stuff that you're gonna see there at all. They have this massive Yankee logo. I mean, this thing is super massive. And then the smallest version is on the floor, by this first floor of the tarpons, and that's it. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, by the way, this is a Yankee organization, and I guarantee you, like you said, Landon's like, if the team was not there, I don't think the tarpons exist.
yeah.
Same with the whole league. If it wasn't because there was spring training there, the whole league would not exist.
And for Yankees fans, because it is spring training, there's a lot of cool Yankees items, little statues and stuff. There's a Steinbrenner statue out there. There's a few metal retired number statues throughout the stadium for a few players. Not as many as I thought there would be, but outside there's a little mini monument park with a plaque for all the retired numbers. So, it is what it is. It just doesn't exude Tampa Tarpons at all. And I don't think it's meant to. So anyway, that was how the night ended up there for that.
Did you wear your Tarpons jersey to the game, Donnie, that you won in the social media contest?
No. I had my Fireflies military jersey on since it was military appreciation. So I thought about bringing it, but then when I found out it was military appreciation, I went a different route.
So we took Virgil to the palatial estate, and then
we did stop at Wawa though.
We did stop at Wawa.
We did stop at Wawa for Paul to get a picture with. I got a pretzel.
Hold on.
Of course, Eric had to go in there to the kiosk and order a hoagie, which took about 20 minutes.
No, it's a hoagie.
Hoagie.
It's a hoagie.
One thing in Tampa we have to address, and that is the obviously super inebriated girl that Donnie.
Oh my God!
To take a picture.
Oh my gosh, yes. I forgot about that. Yeah, I was like, Ed and me and we and Ryan went down and sat down in the box seats right behind home plate for a little bit because nobody was caring at that point later in the game.
No one was caring. No one cared all game.
Nobody cared all game. Virgil stayed in his seat scoring, and Eric stayed up there with him. And so I waved them down, which Eric's like, no, we're not coming down. I'm like, get down here so we can get a group photo with Foose. And I'm looking for somebody to give the phone to take our group picture because the lighting was all down there. It was so dark up there where we were sitting.
It was a cave.
It was a cave, darkness. And so this, usually a younger, in their 20s female is the best person to take a picture because that's all they ever do with their phones is take pictures. Well, I handed her the phone and real quickly it was like,
big mistake.
She was so drunk. It was like, oh, I hope these turn out okay.
So drunk. I mean, this woman was out of her mind, blasted.
Yep. And her boyfriend or guy or whatever he is was just like sort of there too, a little bit.
Sort of there.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, just trying to. She got good pictures. I will say this. The pictures turned out really good. But yeah, at first it was like, we might have made a mistake with this one.
Oh, the girls take the best pictures.
Wait. Was this the one with the two girls, or is this just the one girl?
Huh?
That's a whole other story. We may or may not get to that one tonight. We'll see.
I think we got.
That's a different story then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the Tampa Bay Ray story should be told tomorrow because A, Prophet will be back, and B, I will be here since I was not there for that.
Okay.
Correct
Well, we can
month,
save
though.
that for Thursday.
We will. Let's say that for Thursday.
Well, if you do want to hear real quick, because I did tease this story, so I will say this because Virgil, was wishing I'd have hooked him up. Not really, but maybe. I think he was joking. I believe he was joking.
Yes.
So Thursday night when I arrived from Daytona to the hotel, it was about 1 a.m. and I come in to go get the cart to get my stuff from the lobby or get a cart from the lobby, get my stuff out the car. And this girl comes walking out as I go in, and she's yelling some stuff. I don't know what language she's talking in. Little tiny girl in a black top, black skirt, black tennis shoes, black socks. Looked like maybe she, had worked at a restaurant or something, and that was their uniform. And she's yelling for somebody. I don't know who she's yelling at, if they're in a car or what. I get the cart, go back out to the car to get my bags and stuff. And I see another girl dressed exactly like her laying on the sidewalk. And she's laying down on the sidewalk around the corner, yelling at her, hitting on her, trying to get her up. I guess she's passed out or drunk. And I'm like, okay, what did Eric get us into here where we're staying? It was not where Virgil was staying for sure after I found that out the next day. So I get the stuff, go in, come drop everything off at the room, bring the cart back down. And as I'm going to move the car to a parking space, because I was parked in front of the hotel, they're coming back in. Yeah, exactly. Why are all your stories about drunk girls?
Because what's been
Because
the phrase all week?
This is you say it, Virgil, because it was your weekend phrase.
That's Florida.
That's Florida. That's all we heard from Virgil all weekend. That's Florida. Everything we saw was like, that's Florida. So I'm going back out there, and the two of them are finally coming in. One of them about knocks into me, about knocks the other friend over. And all I could say is, I don't know if they were, and not to be disrespectful, but the closest thing I compare them to is they sounded Ukrainian. And I was like, two drunk Ukrainian girls arguing and fighting and passed out on the sidewalk in front of the hotel. So they go on in, I park the car, go back up to the room, and what do I see in the middle of the hallway right before I get to our room? A cell phone laying there, which had to clearly be one of theirs. And we did hear them later come back to get the phone, because Eric's like, they must be on this hall. And I said, yeah, I think they are. And then we heard them. So anyway, that was a story. And then, the next day I'm telling this story to Virgil, and he's like, wait, what? You could have brought me a couple of Ukrainian girls? Like, no, we didn't have anything to do with them after that. It's Florida. That's Florida.
It's Florida. That's all I can say.
Florida. All right, guys, listen, we're going to end it here. Make sure you guys subscribe to each and every single one of our channels. We are on YouTube, on Twitter. We are on Threads, on Blue Sky. Just go look for us. We will be there. The producer, the mayor, Prospector, and myself. You guys have a wonderful night. And on Thursday, we will finish the story because it ain't over. All right, guys. Have a good night.